All right. Hey, Ant, what's going on, Ant? So today we have a event filled, well, not event filled, but it'll be a very busy Bow Tie Tuesdays today. We have two guests. We have Savas and we have Jasmine Livingston, who done, she was a runner-up in our first spoken word competition. I'm waiting for Savas to join in now. I just text him. But before we start, I want to just give a thanks to, the entire fund, the team, Jeff Fennell, Evelyn Fennell, Brandy Fennell, Jasmine Fennell, Brian Barden, Phil Bradley, Anthony Brockett, Tim Magia, Trisha Minus, and Les Talbot. Um, some of you guys may be already following our Facebook group and Instagram group. We have a competition that started on the 7th and it's going to end on the 28th, which is the deadline, which pretty much is we had an age restriction in our last spoken word competition, so we kind of made two brackets for 10 to 12 and 13 to 15 for young performing artists to get their talents out and show what they got, and submit to us, and cash prize on the line. So we encourage everyone to go and submit the videos. If you have anybody that's young and talented, have them submit to us, and they could probably win money, and money goes a long way in this climate, and it helps, helps run the house, helps the family, even helps with things that you don't, you want to buy that you can't buy right now, but you could buy it with that prize money. So, just think about it. If you want to join, send in your video or your entry, and we'll review, and hopefully you'll win a prize. But you know, it's something that we have a lot more things coming in the pot down the line that we'll definitely make sure that the world knows about it. But for now, the 28th is a big day. Whoever wants to enter, get their entries in early, not last minute, because once you wait last minute, it takes a little different criteria involved to judge that. But because we have to look at it in a short time frame, and it's best to get it in as early as possible. So get your entries in as early as possible. All right, let me text of ours again. Can't get in that region, that'll definitely help out.
Hello.
Hey, Savas, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
Good. How's everything?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is Savas. He's a very talented young man. He's only 12 years old. He's actually an artist, performer, musician. He produces as well. Very natural, talented guy. When I seen his video, I was blown away because I never seen. I've seen a lot of talent on TV and growing up, but this guy has it all.
Thank you.
No problem, man. We're gonna start the questions and the interview. How's everything going for you now during the whole pandemic and quarantine?
Oh, everything.
Do you miss school at all, or?
No, I haven't been going to school, but everything is going well actually, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what made you get into music?
Uh, the guitar, because I really love the sound, but it all started with the piano, and it was a cartoon that I like. It was called Bubble Guppies, and I really like how it was on stage. I just like the stage. I just like this. I just like the feel of being on stage. That's all.
Got it. Got it. Now I understand that you play music by ear. Do you recognize the beat or the rhythm, or how are you able to do that?
Actually, I read music, and then when I read the music, I like to use my ear to find other sounds that go with it.
Hmm. So, like, what's the process for you? Let's say you hear a new song on the radio. Do you try to break it down first, or do you try to get the notes and then learn it from there?
Actually, I try to get the notes and then learn it from there.
Got it. All right. So, what else are you doing to continue, developing your musical talent?
Uh, I just been practicing almost every day, and I'm just making new beats and just setting out new songs.
Hmm. All right. So, when you make the beats, let's say, what program do you use when you make your beats?
I use Pro Logic X.
A Logic X?
Yeah.
Got you, got you. Is that like a standard that people use or something that, you know,
Uh,
you found out?
so that's something that's a lot of people use.
Got it, got it. Now I see you have a guitar in your hand.
Yeah.
What do you prefer better to play? Do you prefer the guitar or the piano?
Actually, I would prefer the guitar because I really like the sound, and you can also bend the string, and it just gives you more sound than the piano. Even though the piano have the pedal and all the cool effects, I really like the guitar better. I just like the way it sounds, and you can do a lot of cool things with it. You can even and you can
So do you play?
on stage got a better presence on stage.
Got it. Do you play both acoustic and electric guitar, or just do you play both?
Yes, I actually do. I play acoustic and guitar.
Got it. And I seen the picture you put up. I think you're playing the violin. Is that correct?
Yes,
Are you are you learning that now, or do you know how to play it
I'm
already?
learning it now, but I do that in school.
On school. Do you like playing it, or is it something that you just have to do?
I play it a little bit. It's not like my everything thing.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So who are your? I seen your one of your videos. You had a few artists that you like. I think Jimi Hendrix, Prince, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite musicians, and who what are musicians influence you in your art?
Uh, Jimi Hendrix and Prince, and the ones I really study like now, it's like uh, well, my favorite one now that I study is Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, T.I., and yeah.
Ti. So what do you like about Jimi Hendrix and Prince?
Oh, I really like the guitar playing, but that's everybody. But I really like his stage presence. He's very like entertaining, and I really like the
Hmm.
way he is on the stage.
Got it, got it. So the same way that they have stage presence and they have a symbol in the music. What inspires you to make music?
Um, what the stage? I like just being on the stage.
Okay, like when you write a song, like what inspires you to write
Oh,
that song?
so first I have a beat in my head, then I go in the studio and I decide to make that beat in my head. But then multiple comes every time, every sound I hit, like 'cause there's a new song in my head now. Every sound that I hit, and then when I finally
Mhm.
get a sound that I like, I say this is the one, and I record it.
Got it. So it starts from a beat, right?
Yep.
And then it goes from there.
And
So you can wake up in the middle. Sorry, you can go wake up in the middle of the night and you hear a beat, and then you just
oh yeah, I definitely do that.
go. Mhm. That's something. That's like yeah, that's talent right there. Um, so when you live perform, when you do live performance, do you feel nervous at all?
Oh no, actually I feel comfortable. It actually gives me more hype. Actually,
Really? So like you see the crowd out there, and then you soak the energy up, and then that makes you,
yeah,
you know, play better and makes you more in the moment at that time.
yep.
Okay. So when you start these live performances, how do you warm up usually?
Oh, first I like to just do vocal warm ups before I go on there or to my guitar and start put and seeing if I and see everything is okay before I actually go on stage live.
Got to see do the sound check, and you
Yep.
make sure your strings are good and your tune is good, and then you go out
Or
there.
the crowd can hear and before I get up on stage and then do my check.
Yeah. Do you have any rituals you do before getting on stage?
Oh yeah. Fly away
Hmm.
and
Oh,
fly away. Yeah. That's one of my favorite ones I like to play on stage.
got it, got it, got it. So I've seen a lot of pics you have of you around different bands, either playing guitar, bass with them. How does it feel as a 12-year-old playing with adult live bands?
Actually, to me, it actually feel kind of good because I get to interact more, and it's not like just me. It's more like every person got a sound, and that's what make it fun. It's like I'm part of a team or something.
Got it. And then Do they give you any tips, like, what to do, or do they give you any guidance down the line?
Yeah,
The young people?
yeah, they actually do.
What kind of tips do they give you?
Like this chord will be better for us song, or this maybe we should play this. Let's
Again.
and they say like play a certain chord, and they said, and then it actually sound better, and actually sound better, and then we go on stage and we do good. Yeah.
Okay, so you use the advice they give you to make your music better for the most part.
Yes.
Right. Got it, got it. What's your favorite memory from one of your performances?
I went to somebody's house, and it was a performance, and it was an album release, and it's Stereo Joe. Shout out to Stereo Joe, and it was like 20 degrees outside. I couldn't move
Hmm.
my hands. It was like shivering. It was numb. And then when
Hmm.
I went up on stage, I did really, really good. And my mom said, "You should really keep those hands numb. You did really good." And I slowly went down the stage. I ran in the car. I got some heat.
Oh wow! So you had your hands were numb, and you still was able to play.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. That's a more performance right there.
But I did.
That's so.
The sad part is that everybody else is wearing a blanket. And I'm just looking at them like I wish I had one of those.
They had you stuck on the stage freezing, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So I've seen a few of your videos. One song, Goatzilla.
Yeah.
I saw you had your sister in the video as the alien in the closet, and the way you did the visuals in the video, where you running down the road and speaking to the camera.
Yep.
What made you make Godzilla?
Oh, I just actually playing a actually there was a movie I like called Jurassic World, and I got that rhythm, and then I wanted to put it on the song, and then I ended up making a really cool beat off there. I played the guitar there, and then I got Godzilla, the name from Greatest of All Time, and then Zilla because I just like Godzilla.
Got it. So you made that beat on that song, right?
Yeah,
Wow, and that's a crazy beat. So you did the beat, did the lyricist song, performed it. You had the guitar riff from it. So that was a very well put together song, if I might say.
thank you.
All right. So we talked about it earlier. So like they say, Goatzilla, one song, Goatzilla, and you just did a new song, The Blocks, right?
Yep.
How did that come along?
But I came along really good, actually. The Blocks is about a game that I like called Roblox, and I decided I
Hmm.
wanted to write a song for it instead of just playing Roblox almost all day. And
Hmm.
I decided to write a song, and then first thing that came to me was I just made a shot for the blocks, so I named it The Blocks.
Hmm. Got you. So in that song, did you produce it as well?
Yeah.
So what do you prefer better, producing or performing?
That's actually a very, very hard one. I would rather be a producer because I like making songs like that's my meal. Now performing on stage is like a dessert, but like I like the real meal, like that's producing. Now, if I really like a beat, I will make a song out of it, and then if I'm lucky, maybe I'll go on stage. But I would rather produce if I had a choice.
So you rather see someone else, or you know making music come alive by being produced. So you rather have someone perform their song to your music, correct?
Uh, yeah, and if I really like a song I mean, if I really like a beat that I made, that'll be my song, and I will release it if I had a choice.
Got it. Right. Do you see yourself performing? Let's say in the future, would you rather see yourself as a big time producer or someone like a Lenny Kravitz or Jimi Hendrix?
I've seen myself as a big time performer actually, and producer. I'll do
Got it.
one time I'm producing,
Do both.
another I'm performing.
Got it. Right. That's a good mindset to have. Just go keep shooting for the stars at that point. All right. As you get older, what do you want to add to your game as a performer?
This is. Oh, I want to add. I want to do vocals. I
Vocals.
work on my vocals because that's one of my main things I like to do, and and that's actually a lead thing when you're on stage. Everybody likes the song, but the main thing they want to hear is vocals. So I practice
Hmm.
vocals, and another thing I like to work on is my flow, so I can get better. And that's the main thing I work on.
Got it. So you taking any, let's say, vocal lessons for singing, or
Oh, I take
what do you just practicing at home?
singing. Actually, I take both. Well, basically, it's the same person. One, they teach me about dictionary and holding a tune.
Got it. And is that helping you a lot now?
Yeah,
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. And so besides, they say, so you primarily do, they say hip hop. You do some blues. You do any R&B as well?
yeah, I do. Actually, I do all music. I did.
And which? Sorry, go ahead, Savas.
Uh, Actually, one of my songs is called "Lonely," and that's like a soulful kind of song, like I'm missing somebody, like a sad song. But then it's like kind of crunk in the middle of it. I just do all music. That's
Got it. All right. And let's say, does your parents like kind of pitch you onto this music and say you hear Jimi Hendrix? How do you learn about the Jimi Hendrix and the Princes and the other artists?
Oh, actually, I look up on YouTube, and I really like those players, and yeah, that's how I discovered them.
Got it. Got it. All right. So in the next year, let's say next year, 2021, are you preparing to release another EP?
Oh, I
What's your plans for
got
2020?
an album.
You do an album.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for it yet, or
No.
they still thinking about that now?
I'm still thinking about it. Right now, I'm working on my first album. The second, but I'm only done with
Hmm.
my first album. I'm about to go to my second one.
Hmm. Do you have any like collaborations with other artists you're working with, or you just a solo album?
Joe.
Say it again.
Stereo Joe for Christmas.
There, Joe. Got you. And is he someone you work with a lot?
Yes.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. You have a lot of things coming up, and you're a pretty talented guy. I know your father pretty well. I know your mother. Like I said, when I first heard you, you know, playing the song, playing the guitar, then playing the piano, and then singing and rapping, like you had everything all in one, and that's very rare to come by. Before you go, would you mind playing um something for us here?
Yes. I'll just play. Can you hear?
That day, Savannah.
that's my song.
Thank you.
That's
What's that called?
like the Jamal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great, man. You're a great guy, very talented. Um, I want to thank you for joining us this Tuesday. Any advice you want to give younger people just like you?
Yeah. Keep working and keep doing your talent and peace.
All right, see you, Savas. Talk to you later. All right.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Here we have it. Savas, very talented young man, bright future ahead of him. He's gonna be one of those stars you see on TV. He has the world at his hands now. He just has to keep going, like he said, and keep pushing through, and he'll make it at that point. And he already made it, in my opinion. And I'm glad to see guys like Savas and focus on the talents and appreciate the talents and also give props to Savas' parents as well to keep pushing him, making sure that he reaches that point and keep encouraging him and what he wants to do in his passions in life. You guys can follow him also on Instagram. His Instagram handle is Music by Savas. I'll post it in the chat as well, so you guys can follow him. And hopefully we'll see some more of him in the future. So we're waiting on our next guest, Jasmine Sullivan. I'm not sure if she's here yet. Jasmine, if you're there, please wave. Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. How's pandemic working out for you?
It's definitely been a little hard. This year is my first year of college, and so it's been a difficult transition, but it's been all right.
Are you on campus or how is it like a remote kind of learning thing?
It's all remote this semester, and so I'm at Howard University, but I'm doing it from home this semester, and so hopefully things will get better and I'll be able to go on campus.
Got it. All right, before we go any further, I want to congratulate you for winning second prize in our first ever spoken word contest. I personally enjoy your piece because it seemed very personal, how you're speaking about your experience and what people go through. Can you explain what influenced that piece for you?
So basically in that piece, I wanted to talk about the things that I felt like I went through the most growing up. And so I grew up in an area where not a lot of people looked like me, and all of my dreams were sort of very outlandish and over the top. And so growing up, it felt really hard and alone and like sort of outcasted, and there were always people telling me that I couldn't do this or I couldn't be this. And a lot of the times I actually let that sort of sink in and sort of stop me from wanting to achieve my goals. And so when I wrote that piece, and I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the right piece, when I wrote that piece, it was just my way of saying that you can't let people get in your way. You can't let people stop you, and you can't let those opinions become your reality. And even more so, it's not just about what people say about you, it's what you say about yourself. And so I definitely was trying to just remind my audience and me that it's okay to sort of branch out, be different, chase after those things. And it doesn't really matter what people say or what people told you. It just matters what you believe and what you want.
So yeah, just have conviction in yourself and believe in yourself is the main point.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that, when I heard you recite that was that, you kept making sure that point was pushed. That look, believe in yourself, despite what others may think of you, what others may assume of you, it's on you to make sure that you propel yourself in the right direction. And I really appreciated that. So Howard University, what made you go to Howard?
So again, it was definitely my childhood. I went to a predominantly white high school and middle school. And so I felt really alone sometimes. It was really hard to find people who looked like me, who wanted the same sort of things that I did and the same passion. And so I knew early on that I wanted to go to an HBCU. I didn't think I would get into Howard, but once I got in, I realized that that's where I wanted to be, just in a place with strong young Black people just sort of racing and fighting for the same things with just passion and intelligence. I just knew that was like the right culture for me to sort of get to the places I want to be in life.
Gotcha. 'Cause I actually went to A&T, so
Ooh.
I know about the whole HBCU. You should have went there, but that's a different subject right there. Um, but you know, Howard has you know, a rich history with a lot of people that went there, like Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah.
Kamala Harris. You have a lot of famous alumni that have went there as well. Do you feel that going to school and absorbing the, you know, the feeling of the campus and the surroundings, would that help you as an artist?
Yeah, definitely. Um, the whole thing about art, especially the art that I do, which is poetry and writing and such, is taking in different cultures and understanding different point of views and displaying that through words. And so definitely being in an area that has so much history, so much energy, so much diversity, I know that finding those stories, meeting those people and connecting with that is what's going to really bring the richness and depth into my work.
Perfectly said. So what are you studying at Howard?
Well, I'm currently a mass communications major, TV and film, and I'll be minoring in theater arts and screenwriting.
Got it. Okay. I understand that you're part of the Howard's with TV network.
Yeah, I
Can
am
you explain what that
actually.
is?
Um, so it's called Spotlight. I was actually at a meeting for it right before this,
Oh,
and
wow.
and so basically it's called Spotlight. We have our own social medias and YouTube and stuff, and we go on and we give different interviews, different podcasts, TV shows, episodes, and stuff like that. It's a really creative platform, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm really new to the group, but hopefully I'll get to start reporting on different content and start my own shows. I'm currently working on our website right now and my own website. So it's just a lot of creative content making and stuff. So it should be really fun.
Got it, got it, got it. And that's something that you enjoy pretty much, right?
Yeah, a lot.
So what other what other groups or organizations are you a part of as well?
Well, aside from Spotlight, I am also in the National Association of Black Journalists, which
Hmm.
is also a chapter at Howard. And in that group is more so journalist and journaling with words and writing versus the video and TV stuff that I do at Spotlight. And I really like
Hmm.
that because obviously I'm a writer, and so doing platforms that allow me to write and stuff is very helpful. And you know, we are based in DC, and so all
Hmm.
the politics going on, all of the things surrounding DC, we get to report on that. We get to interview really big figures in the media and stuff, and so that's really nice. Um, I'm also a big leader in the NAACP. We're actually starting to charter our first youth division here in Burlington, New Jersey, and in Trenton. And so hopefully
Hmm.
I'll get to start supporting that so we can get that up and running. We did AXO for a while, which was a competition team for Black students and minorities to come and show their different talents and arts and hobbies, anywhere from like dance to being really well at math. And so all of those things, and I got to do that for a little while. I won some pretty cool competitions with them.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just a lot of different little organizations. Hopefully, when I get on campus soon, I'll be able to join a sorority and
Hmm.
just keep building up on the different Howard activities.
Got it, got it, got it. So you have a lot of plans ahead of you
Yeah.
that you want to take advantage of as soon as you get there. So you said, you know, so between what you do now for the network, do you prefer journalism or let's say film? What would you rather get into in the future?
Um, I guess that's a tricky question because
Mm-hmm.
I think I gravitate more to filming and making content, but I think my expertise is in writing. And so
Mm-hmm.
in the future, the way that I plan to merge those two things is actually owning my own production company. I want to start producing films, I want to write films, I want to direct films. And acting in films is really fun too, but I definitely want to write for films and write
Mm-hmm.
for media and stuff like that. So I think that's where I sort of combined my interest.
Got it. Got it. So circling back to your I guess your first passion, what made you get into spoken word?
I think it was actually an accident. It was definitely an
Mm-hmm.
accident. I was always a big writer. I used to think I wanted to be a singer. So I was just writing for music and putting out songs and doing stuff like that. And there was one time at this one event where I was asked to just read it for because the music wasn't really working and things like that. And so I just kind
Mm-hmm.
of read the lyrics of the song and I just sort of read it out loud. And everyone responded to it really well. And I remember feeling like really powerful. And so I
Mm-hmm.
started just sort of reading my lyrics, doing little poems here and there, little speaking events. And then it sort of just snowballed into what it is today and something bigger. And I'm really excited about it. So it's definitely my love for music and then my love for being in front of an audience.
Got it. Got it. So I'm pretty sure you have a lot of poems or pieces you have floating around. What inspires you to make new content? Like, does something pop in your head and you just have to go and write it, or you experience something that makes you write it? Can you explain your process of creating new content?
Yeah, definitely. So for me, if I sit down and try to like force myself to write something, it really won't be good, or at least good to me. I have to let things happen naturally and be inspired naturally, which luckily happens very often just because life is so full of surprises and colors and ups and downs and such. And so basically, once I have an idea, and that the idea can be something as small as like a word or a picture or a color, it's usually like one word or one sentence or something like that. And then from there, I'll just open up a document and I'll just like word vomit everything. And so I lay all my ideas out there. I'll start typing away. If things start coming to me, I'll just let it happen. Um, and the funny part of it is in poems they're usually supposed to rhyme and do all those things. But when I'm writing my poems, I
Hmm.
never like look up words specifically so they can rhyme. It actually just sometimes always happens that way. And I think that
Hmm.
really just goes to show that, like, if you don't force something, if you're not trying too hard, if you just let your inspiration and your talent take you somewhere, then it'll become something beautiful. And so that's
Yeah,
definitely
I
what
agree.
I do. So, yeah, just start with the little inspirations. It doesn't have to be anything too big, too grand. You don't need to have a starting place or a finish line. Just find something that you want to hold on to, something you want to keep in front of you, keep
Mhm.
in place, and start there.
Yeah, so just let it flow, and then you figure it out later
Yeah.
as it becomes more refined at that point. It's a good way to do it, you know. So besides doing poetry and spoken word, I believe that you sing as well, right?
Yeah.
How's do you did you just did it come after poetry, or are you taking like vocal lessons, or how did tell me how you progress as a singer? How did it come from poetry to singing, or and what do you prefer out of the two of them?
Well, I definitely prefer poetry. Um, I sing usually just for fun. And if I ever have the opportunity to sing publicly or for a performance or anything, I would definitely do it. But if I had to choose between like singing and writing, I would probably choose writing just because it is my strong suit. I feel like with singing, I'm pretty good. I could hold a tune. Um, but with writing, I think that's where I'm unique and where I hold a lot more of my substance. So I definitely would go to writing. Music is just something that I've grown up with in my household. My dad sings, he plays piano. He taught me basically everything that I do when it comes with singing. Growing up, I was forced to learn a lot of different instruments, so I definitely was playing anywhere from your viola, violin, guitar, piano, drums. It was
Very
a
good.
lot of instruments. So my house is very musical. So music just was sort of second nature. But I think it's the poetry and the writing and the spoken word that really sets me apart.
Got it. Got it. And what musicians do you think, influences your style? Let's say you listen to an artist and then, either they motivate you to do something or something, or let's say I don't want to say you base your style around an artist, but what artists influence you in your life?
I think in my poetry, in my poetry, I am not sure if I have someone that I exactly can say I look up to for like modern spoken word. Of course, I have my poets and such, but as for modern spoken word, it's very difficult because spoken word doesn't seem like it's something that's very mainstream. And so you'll
Mhm.
find all of the writers and the authors from before. Maya Angelou, love, love, love. But when it comes to like things that are happening right now, it's very hard to find modern and popular spoken word artists because it just doesn't seem mainstream enough. So definitely when it comes to that, I kind of feel like I have to sort of pioneer my own way and sort of charter that by myself. But when it comes
Got it.
to
Got
music, I like Beyonce, which sounds very
it.
basic, but I love her. I think she's very inspirational. I love how powerful she is. I love how she uses her talents to give back to her community and uplift the younger generation. That's definitely what I want my work to do, is just sort of leave a legacy behind that's bigger than myself.
Got it. So you want, I know a lot of girls look up to Beyonce because she does have a good message. And maybe one day you can be that trailblazer for the spoken word community. Like you said, it's not a lot of artists that, well known out there. Maybe you can be that first person up the bat and, create a whole new following after that. So I know this has been a rough year for you, not on campus. You're not really in the atmosphere of the HBCU yet. What do you want to happen for you and your career and school life in 2021? Have any big plans you want to follow through with?
So in 2021, hopefully I'll get to be on campus and get to dive into all the stuff they have there. But
Mhm.
specifically for my writing career, I'm very hopeful that I'll be able to drop my first book next year. And so it's going to be
Wow.
a book of all of my poetry and stuff. I've been working on it for a very long time. Um,
Mhm.
and so I'm really excited for that. I'm also starting my own YouTube page so I can start doing lyric videos. I have a few
Okay.
finished and perfected already, but I just want to have like a grand reveal, grand opening and stuff. Very extra. Um, and my website, I'm going to have a website up too because I get a few bookings and stuff like that. So I just want a page that has all of
Mhm.
my work, all of my videos where people can ask me to come perform for them at their events or at their schools or at whatever they need. And so definitely I want the business side of my career to sort of fall into place a little bit more next year. So dropping
Got it.
content, booking, and just sort of working my way through the more business side so it could be a bit more structured.
Oh, that's a very good plan, and yeah, I think you have the perfect school to make that happen because like you said, there's so many connections you can make out there. You drop some content, it spreads, and on campus, things spread like wildfire. So, hopefully things work out. I know they will though because you're a very talented person. Just keep doing what you're doing. What advice would you give to someone like, let's say, not in your shoes, but someone that wants to get in your shoes? There's someone that's kind of afraid to really express themselves out there and are not too confident in their talents or unsure about themselves, what advice would you give them?
I think if you're unsure about yourself, but you're sure in your dream, I think that's all that matters. When I was growing up, I was super nervous. What I wanted to do really didn't make sense to anyone, including myself. And there was a lot of times where I felt like I couldn't do it, I shouldn't do it, and I'm not going to do it. But slowly over time, you have to start realizing that even if you're unsure about where this is going to go, there's something inside of you that's telling you to start. There's something inside of you that makes you excited when you sing in your bathroom. There's something inside of you that makes you excited when you're writing. It's exciting when you cook or when you dance or when you do the thing that you love. And because of that thing inside of you that's not going to shut up, it's not going to leave you alone, it's not going to stop telling you to keep being who you are, that's the thing that's going to take you to those places. Listen to your dream. Don't listen to your fear. Fear is created by people and things that hurt you and all of these obstacles. Don't listen to any of that. That's always going to be there. But your dream is unique to you. Your talent is unique to you. Your passion, your story, it's unique to who you are. And so when you have that thing, when you feel it, even if it's as small as a mustard seed, when you feel it, go for it. And if there aren't opportunities in your area, if there aren't people you can look up to, if there aren't things that you can do, make your own. Don't wait for someone to give you a seat at their table. You're capable enough to make your own table. Everything that you have, everything that you need to do, you already have. You are capable, you're talented, and you obviously have that spark. So just listen to it, follow it.
Follow your dreams, follow your heart, pretty much, right? And block out the nonsense that's on the outside that don't really matter.
Yeah.
And follow what you have to do and keep doing what you have to do. Before we get kicked off by Instagram, because I know we'll kick so soon, would you mind sharing a piece for us, if you don't mind at all?
Sure, no problem. Let me see. In the interest of time, I'll do a little excerpt of a really popular piece that's floating around a lot. I did it for the Apollo, and it's called "And That's the Tea." It's a really short one, just gonna do the ending of it, and so I hope you guys like it. Okay. The true tea is right here. It's you and it's me. It's how they didn't bring slaves from the motherland. They brought kings and queens. They stripped us of our riches and our success and our identities, and yet somehow we still believe the picture someone else painted of our story. Everybody wants to be woke, shouting Black Lives Matter, but when Black women need help, it feels like sometimes Black men scatter. But the true tea is more than just being Black. It's toxic masculinity that breaks up families, that teaches our sons to live silently in their agony. It's substance abuse that's killing off our youth too quickly. Over 1,800 overdoses happen yearly. It's how a high school student's biggest fear isn't taking a test, but if someone's legal weapon is gonna send bullets through my chest. It's how we're racking up money to build a border, but Flint still don't got water. See, we're the lands of the free, but it's freedom for who? It's called justice for all, except justice for you. We so blind to the truth, it's like Bird Box 2. But I just pray for the day when we wake up and say, enough with the games, it's time for change. Let my words be the drop in the ocean that starts the waves, my confidence like a wind, yeah, I'm turning that page. And no, I did not come up here to sing, but you best believe I got a message to bring, one that I need everyone to see. This movement right here, it starts with me. And no, you will not forget my name. My name is Jasmine, Jasmine, and I'm the tea.
Wow.
Thank
you. Great. I like it. I love it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you again, Jasmine, for joining us. Again, you have a great future ahead of you. hopefully that you get back on campus soon and you really live out your college life and keep writing, keep working. Don't forget about us when you make it big, and yeah, don't forget about us at all. But we're supporting you a lot. We love your work. We love you. We want to say thank you again for just coming onto our program, and have a good night, and have the rest of safe remainder of 2020. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem, Jasmine. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. That does it for this week of Full Tide Tuesday. Thank you all for joining us. We had, Savas earlier, great talented young man, bright future ahead of him. And we also had Jasmine Livingston, very talented young woman who will, they'll both make it, they'll be phenomenal stars in the future. And I'm pretty sure of that. All right. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. We'll see you again soon. All right. Bye, guys.